Angela Yuriko Smith is a third-generation Ryukyu American, award-winning poet and author and publisher with 20-plus years in newspapers. Publisher of Space and Time magazine, established in 1966, two-time Bram Stoker Award winner, and an HWA Mentor of the Year. She shares Authortunities, a free weekly calendar of author opportunities at authortunities.substack.com. Angela, it's yours.
Hello, everybody. And hey, Gordon, in the chat. I have a little bit of a cold today, so if I start coughing, I'll just end a little bit early, but I think I should be okay. I am on the mend. And if you do wind up liking this story, it is my giveaway for today. I'm giving everybody a copy because I want people to understand what's happening from the indigenous people's point of view during World War II that still goes on today. It still affects them. So, and there's a paperback copy I'm giving away as well. So there's 3 points of view in this book, and this is the point of view of one of the girls named Yuki. So Yuki, South Okinawa, the landing, and her family has just fled the soldiers coming to the island. The peace didn't last long. Oh, and she just woke up from a headache. The peace didn't last long. The sound of gunfire from a distance woke her up. Yuki had never heard a gun before, but she knew instinctively what it was. She lay there for a few seconds, relieved to find the pain in her head had gone away. Then the gunfire came again. Sharp cracks of sound strung like beads on razor wire. The cicadas went silent. She couldn't judge how close or far. People were stirring around them. A baby cried somewhere. Yuki sat up. Her mother was already bundling the few things they had left with them. Yuki's stomach rumbled with hunger, but there was no time for that. She rolled to her feet, feeling light and insubstantial, but not weak. The absence of pain made her feel strong. The cracks came again from a distance. Machine guns, but it was hard to tell from what direction or how far away. Yuki thought maybe south, from the direction they had come. The entire camp was stirring now. All the people that slept under the stars scrambling to pack up their things as well. Yuki helped her mother. Her father was already gone. He is asking once again if there is room enough for us, said Mama. He wastes time. If there was room, these people wouldn't be here as well. Yuki wanted to ask about the grenade. Did her mother know about it? Did she think it was okay? A bundle of sleepy shoji was thrust into her arms. He was hot and cranky. He pushed at her face, complaining. The gunfire came again, far away. Shoji stopped fussing instantly and stared at her face with big eyes. What was that? Yuki patted his back to soothe him. Firecrackers. There is a celebration going on, and we're traveling to see it. She was worried Mama would scold her for the lie, but instead, Mama looked at Yuki with a smile, thin and weak. There were shadows under her eyes. As she knotted a cloth, Yuki could see her hands were shaking. Yes, a fun celebration. We just need your father to stop obsessing over the damn cave. Her voice cracked as she jerked the ends of the cloth viciously. She threw the bundle onto the ground in frustration and turned away from her children. Her shoulders shook as she tried to compose herself. Yuki wanted to comfort her, but her arms were full of shoji. Is Mama okay? He asked. Yuki nodded at him. Yes, she's excited to go to the celebration, but we need Father to come back. Yuki tried to look calm, but her stomach felt like it was becoming unlaced. Any moment, she felt it might fall onto the ground. She scanned the area around them, looking for her father. The area was dark. No one had built a fire. There were shadows everywhere in small groups, scurrying to move on. Yuki didn't know how many caves there were on the island, but by now they must all be filled. She hadn't known that there was this many people on the island. Mother got a hold of her emotions, finished packing, and stood waiting. Where is your father? Her voice had a shrill edge to it. Yuki suspected the laces holding her mother's stomach together were also becoming unraveled. Perhaps when her father returned, there would be nothing left of either of them, just Shoji left alone with the remains of his family around him. The machine gun fire broke out again, but not as distant. Yuki thought she could hear screams mixed in with the staccato pops. Without meaning to, her grip on Shoji tightened to the point that he gave a squeal of pain. Yuki let him slide away to stand on his own feet, but she refused to let go of his hand. Her heart was thudding in her chest, knocking the air out of her. The soldiers were coming. "Where is your father?" Mama said this too loud, and her voice shook. Even Shoji picked up on the raw panic threaded through her tone. As if in answer, more gunfire. This time, Yuki was sure she heard cries mixed in. The gunfire stopped, but one voice continued. It was a wail, not of pain, but of loss. A woman's voice rose up above the trees, caught in the wind, and flew among them in the light of the nearly full moon. All who heard it were infected. No one moved as they listened, horrified by the wail. Then more gunfire, and the voice was cut short. "He will find us. We must go now. Yuki, carry bags, and I will take Shoji. We need to go fast." Mama looked around again, desperate to see her husband. Yuki scanned as well. Surely her father was coming. Any second, he would be hurrying out of the shadows toward them. Then Mama was scooping Shoji into her arms, grabbing Yuki by her shoulder and spurring them forward. As if everyone had the same thought, the people camping nearby started scattering. There was no tired march along the road now. In the dark, people were tripping over abandoned goods. Just a few feet away to her left, Yuki saw a woman trip so badly she dropped her baby. A running man tripped over the baby and stumbled to his knees. Yuki ran to them without thinking and scooped the screaming infant up to safety. The woman snatched her baby from Yuki and stumbled away. More gunfire, even closer, and Yuki jumped and turned to run. But where? In the jumble of fleeing bodies, Mama and Shoji were gone. She panicked. "Mama! Shoji!" Yuki couldn't pick up their voices in the mix of cries and yells. People ran into her in the dark, but the area was clearing out. In the forest all around her, she could hear bodies crashing through the underbrush. There were dangerous smells in the air. Iron-tinted smoke, burning poisons, the smell of strangers. Again, the sharp reports of gunfire interspersed with screams. Above the trees, there was smoke. The soldiers were here. And that's that. Thank you for listening.
Enjoy.